You might have heard that WordPress isn't a secure platform and that WordPress sites all get hacked. It's not the truth. The truth is that WordPress is extremely secure and there are a team of programmers making sure it stays secure. The problem with most sites that get hacked is that WordPress is out of date, or a plugin is out of date, or a theme is out of date, and hackers are using vulnerabilities in those to access your site. When WordPress is kept fully up to date, it is extremely secure. So in this video, I want to show you quickly how easy it is to keep your WordPress site up to date safely. The site that you're seeing on the screen here is one of mine, and you can see that there is a visual notice saying that WordPress 5.81 is available. Please update now. WordPress updates fall into two categories. They're major updates and minor updates. A minor update is, for example, when WordPress 5.80 updates to 5.81 or 5.81 to 5.82. These are minor updates. Slightly larger updates is when WordPress goes from 5.7 to 5.8, 5.8 to 5.9. Those are sort of in between minor and major updates, and then the major updates will be from WordPress 4 to WordPress 5, WordPress 5 to WordPress 6, which is going to be the next big update that we have at the time of recording this video. You can see that in this installation, WordPress 5.81 is available. You can easily see which version of WordPress is installed on your site if you click the dashboard link over in the menu, and then on the screen options, make sure At a Glance is checked. Then scroll down to the At a Glance box and you'll see the version of WordPress. In my case, this site is running WordPress 5.56. So I want to go from 5.56 to 5.81. That is slightly more risky than a minor update. However, even going between updates where this middle number changes, I've never had a problem, so I'm not overly concerned by it. If we go to the updates page, you'll see a link to back up your database and files, and that takes you to a WordPress page that explains how you can do a backup of your site. Essentially, you need to back up all the files on your server and you need to back up the database on your server. If you want to find plugins that can do complete backups of WordPress sites, look for something like Backup Buddy or Updraft Plus. Those are both good plugins that can do that. So if you're doing a minor update, chances are you don't really need to do all this backing up. If you're doing a major update, I would certainly recommend it. If it's in between, then it's up to you. But as I said before, I've never had a problem with an update. Before you click on the Update Now button though, I would recommend you go to your plugins first and check whether you have a caching plugin. The one that I'm using on this site is W3 Total Cache. It's quite a common one, but you may be using a different one. Deactivate the caching plugin before you go and apply the update. We can now go back to Dashboard Updates, and I can now click on the Update Now button. WordPress will now download the latest update. It will unzip it and install it, and all you need to do is just wait while that happens. Okay, WordPress updated successfully, and I'm now taken to a splash screen that says WordPress 5.81. If I go back to my dashboard screen and scroll down again to At a Glance, you can see now I'm running WordPress 5.81, the latest version. If you deactivated a caching plugin before you started the update, go back in and activate the caching plugin, and I'd also recommend that you purge all caches just before you continue. At the start of this video I told you that to keep WordPress up to date you need to be aware that hackers can make use of the WordPress files themselves, plugins and themes. So the next step, go back to the WordPress updates, let's select all plugins, click on Update Plugins and make sure all of our plugins are updated. And then once that's completed, let's go back to the WordPress updates page and make sure all of our themes are updated. Scroll down, there's some themes. Incidentally, for security reasons, I would recommend that for any theme that you are not using, just delete it. Okay, we can go back one more time to WordPress updates. We should find that everything now is up to date, which it is. So WordPress is now up to date, themes are up to date, plugins are up to date. One thing I would recommend you do after you've done an update like this, go back, visit your site and make sure everything is working properly. Log out of the dashboard, log back into the dashboard. Is it all still working properly? If everything looks like it's working properly, great. If you have any problems, the first step is to deactivate all of your plugins and then see if that problem goes away. If it does, then there may be a plugin conflict with the latest version of WordPress. It's very, very rare. If that doesn't solve your problem, then try switching your theme to the 2021 theme or the latest WordPress default theme and see if that fixes your problem to make sure there isn't a conflict between your theme and the latest version of WordPress. Again, this is very, very rare. 99.9% of the times you do updates like this, you will not have any problems at all.